to a live story time with Miss Ferreira. Here's my friend Eddie joining us for today's story. And this story is about a girl called Ruby. I'm really excited to show it to you. But before we start our story, we must make sure that we are ready to listen and to learn. So let's start with our song. 1, 2, 3. I wiggle my fingers and I wiggle my toes. I wiggle my ears and I wiggle my nose. Now there are no more wiggles in me. I can sit as quiet as can be. So today's story is called Ruby's Worry. And on the cover, I can see a little girl. She must be called Ruby. Have a close look at her facial expressions. I wonder how she's feeling. So our title is Ruby's Worry. We've spoken about the cover picture. Oh, and I can spot something here too. It's making me quite curious. Our author is Tom Percival. This is our spine. And today we're going to look at one more thing. The back of the book. It's called the blurb. And it tells us a little bit about the story, like a clue, but it doesn't tell us what's going to happen. So I'm going to read the blurb to you. It says, Ruby had always been happy, perfectly happy, until one day she discovered a worry. So that gets us thinking about our story. Right, let's start. Ruby's worry. Ruby loved being Ruby. She loved to swing up high. And she loved to explore wild, faraway places. Sometimes she even went all the way to the very bottom of the garden. Ruby was perfectly happy until one day she discovered a worry. It wasn't a very big worry. In fact, it was so small that at first Ruby hardly noticed it. But then the worry started to grow. Each day it got a little bit bigger. It just wouldn't leave her alone. It was there at breakfast, staring at her over the cereal box. And it was still there at night when she cleaned her teeth. The funny thing was that no one else could see Ruby's worry, not even her teacher. So Ruby pretended that she couldn't see it either. She tried to carry on as if everything was normal, but it just wasn't. The worry was always there, stopping her from doing the things that she loved. Ruby wondered if the worry would ever go away. What if it didn't? What if it stayed with her forever? Ruby didn't realize, but she was doing the worst thing you can ever do with a worry. She was worrying about it. Now the worry was enormous. It could barely fit in the kitchen at tea time. And it filled half of the school bus. And it took up whole rows at the cinema. the worry became the only thing that Ruby could think about, and it seemed like she would never feel happy again. Then, one day, something unexpected happened. Ruby noticed a boy sitting alone at the park. He looked how she felt. Sad. And then she noticed something else, something hovering next to him. Could it be a worry? It was! Ruby realized that she wasn't the only person with a worry after all. Other people had them too. She asked the boy what was on his mind. And as he told her, the strangest thing happened. His worry began to shrink. Then Ruby did the best thing you can ever do if you have a worry. She talked about it. As the words tumbled out, Ruby's worry began to shrink until it was barely there at all. Soon, both of their worries were gone. Finally, Ruby felt like herself again. Of course, that wasn't the last time that she ever had a worry. Everyone gets them from time to time. But now that she knew how to get rid of them, they never hung around for long. Look how tiny that worry is. You know why I love that story, Eddie? Because it's got such a good lesson for all of us. So if you have a worry, even if it's such a small worry or a big worry, the best thing to do is to talk about it. And you know what? Even your grown-ups get worries and they talk about them too. So if you're feeling any worry, make sure you tell somebody that you love about your feelings. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. Bye.